Biafra. Okay, Biafra. Welcome to Biafra Battle Channel TV. It's also known as Biafra Battle Cry TV as well. Feel free to subscribe and share, like, let your friends know that this is an update from Damnable Zoological Republic, as our leader went to court today to defeat DSS in the zoo, and the legal counsel has brought an update to us today to watch. And today is 13th of September 2023. Feel free to subscribe and share to your family. We will be bringing you updates again. Among the legal counsel here are Barrister Aloy Ejimako and Barrister Ifeanyi Ujiofor. Again, the head legal counsel, Michael Ozekhome, will be bringing an update again to let us know how it went and how the enemy was defeated. Feel free to share this message and subscribe as well. Thank you very much for visiting Biafra Battle Cry TV. Thank you. Okay, Biafra.
It's okay. It's okay.
Listen. Biafra. You have an actor to look at many people kai. Obodo I can't go into so. Guys, the guys now. What if I want to work again?
I got for
Mana, okay, but I see get the queer. I just cut. I got a few corner for now. Okuni about okuni not tata. Didn't I cut your gun and I cut that at some point. This prosecutor,
yes,
who represents the federal government in court, will only have a court to have amendment into 7 times. Not charge. The court will say, oh, never charges into 7 times. What are you telling me? They in our court, 7 times amendment of charge. Go soon, I have any case against Nnamdi. And the court was not to what's the higher judgment? Now, judgment, I guess, also, Cabron Cana, Kogogo. I am will because no putting out, no putting on top. I call a case on Nnamdi Kanu Kenya. But I go better put on the heart of Nnamdi Kanu Kenya. They was admitted before the court. I mean the federal government of Nigeria that they kidnapped and abducted Nnamdi Kanu. Possibly rendition him to Nigeria.
You see?
That has been established before this court today. That admitted over there. So, the law is very simple. They man told him no bodo also. Actually, put him on procedure. And today happen the over. So when I never made the point when I'm gonna hear that chief of Megan. I'm like I move a change of mental. I know the man actually came and no man is so making. Okay, but what happened about what I could go there? At all. You don't see many who can hire judgment or see for the court. I am also Cabron Kiko going to go. Mana, I am not I can't open the building. They will get better to make it. But can I carry daughter? Yes. Yeah, I'm going to have una. How applying Kai, okay? Holy, Nnamdi Kanu is another savior. Holy, Nnamdi Kanu is another savior. Hooray!
Men are for him now. Men are
Termination is not a crime.
Yes.
Tell me when a woman when you heard Joy man. I am Patala.
He said,
at the end of the day, extraordinary rendition will not stand.
Yes.
In law or in fact.
Yes.
So I hear the China Court of Appeal. My justice on Oboda.
ebe ahụ ka anyị nọ. Enwe ebe m na-agbago ọrụ onye ndu bigara onye ndu dị in a hurry. Ndị ji ịhụ ya on Thursday nwanne echi m ga-agwa ya ụmụ Chineke pụtara n'igwe. I wish na m ga-ewere vidiyo a weba nwunye ya. Ihe m ga-emezi wa aga m akọwara ya ọfụma. Igwe mmadụ hụrụ ya n'anya. Igwe ụmụ Biafra
from various parts of Biafra land.
Ụmụ Chukwu okike abịa.
Maka na asị na onwere onye bịa ebe a taa, agwa ya na anyị pụtara na asị na onwere onye bịa na anyị hapụrụ ya hapụ ka agwa ya na anyị pụtara na anyị nọ ya
pụtara n'igwe.
Anyị pụtara ya
n'igwe. Nwanne echi nke a na-aga ebe ahụ. Ndewonu. 12th October. 12th October. Then Umuahia 4th October. Umuahia ahụ everybody is free to come. October. Ebe ahụ ka rendition on trial.
Nnamdi Kanu is another savior. Holy, holy, holy. Nnamdi Kanu is another savior. Holy, holy, Nnamdi Kanu.
When I handle cases, God is always on the throne. In the case of Nnamdi Kanu, God has taken over the entire proceedings. There's no question about that. You all saw it in court today. The truth is that the lower court tried in striking out 8 out of the 15 amended count charge. But the lower court fell far short in not striking out the remaining 7, which have no business being in the charge sheet. All the 7 remaining counts are Watery, prima facie. They are dead on arrival, and they were dead on arrival, as I termed them, as dead as dodo. But instead of the lower court striking out the entire 50 count charge and allowing Nnamdi Kanu to go home a free man after the long walk, like Nelson Mandela, long walk to freedom, the lower court retained 7 of the counts. And we are here to say, intermediate court, court of appeal, strike out these remaining 7 counts, because the lower court never calmly looked at the documentary evidence we placed before it. The respondent, the federal government, the DSS, they never responded to the critical issues we raised. That Nnamdi Kanu was forcefully abducted in Kenya and tortured and forcefully renditioned to Nigeria on the 27th of June, 2021, against the provisions of the Terrorism Prevention Act, under which he is being charged, against the provisions of the Extradition Act, against the provisions of the African Charter on Human and People's Ratification Act, Rights Act. And the law is that when you want to take a person from another country like Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya, you have to go through a certain extradition proceedings. If you don't, the detaining authority, that is Kenya, have to first give you consent or permission that you can take away this subject from our jurisdiction. Kenya did not do that. In fact, Kenya said, we never told them to take Nnamdi Kanu away from here. So what the government did was to apply brute force, Vietnamese, in a most savage manner by capturing Nnamdi Kanu the same way the federal government had done against Umaru Diko, who was Shagari's minister. And we have cited several cases before the court in other jurisdictions to show that a person you have brought in forcefully cannot stand trial on counts that were existing before you brought him back, which did not amount to the offense you are now saying he has committed. And by the way, the Federal High Court Act, the Administration of Criminal Justice Act, and Supreme Court and Court of Appeal decisions say when you are charging a person for a criminal offense, you must state with particulars the place where he allegedly committed the offense, the time, the venue. But in this case, all the remaining 7 counts, they are saying, 6 of them, that Nnamdi Kanu made certain broadcasts. Broadcasts from where? From the spirit world, you did not tell us. From Ghostland, you did not tell us. And you know what they did? That was because in our earlier objection to the first charge, where they said he made the broadcast from the United Kingdom, they tried to run away from that by now saying he made the broadcast without stating where he made the broadcast from. And the law is that you cannot charge a person in such a vague and evasive manner. The Federal High Court does not have global jurisdiction over crimes allegedly committed in other parts of Nigeria. The only count that they mentioned a venue was one of the counts where he was accused of importing a transmitter and that it was accosted at Obolo Isuzo in Ihiala local government area of Anambra State. Of course, Ihiala local government area of Anambra State is not within the jurisdiction of the Federal High Court, such as to preside over the matter against Nnamdi Kanu in that respect. There is another point also, which is that he is being tried for allegedly committing these acts as a member or leader of IPOB. Because according to the federal government, IPOB has been banned or proscribed. Meanwhile, we have since filed an appeal against this proscription. And the appeal is pending, is extant before the same court at the Court of Appeal. And you cannot begin to carry out a charge against a person based on a foundation which we are telling the Court of Appeal to remove. The question you should ask yourself is simple. Were Nnamdi Kanu to be tried and convicted, God forbid, and the Court of Appeal later finds out or discovers that IPOB was illegally and unlawfully and wrongfully proscribed, what do you do about that? So we are saying the law is that they should wait under the doctrine of least pendent. They should wait first for this court to determine the proscription of IPOB, whether it was lawful or illegal. And they are jumping the gun. So all in all, Nnamdi Kanu has no case against him at all. He is being kept in detention by the same DSS who investigated him, the same DSS who arrested him, the same DSS is detaining him, the same DSS is still keeping him in custody, the same DSS through the federal government is also prosecuting him. So where is the justice when you are the investigator, the arrestor, the accuser, and the prosecutor? Where is the justice? Justice is not only for the government, it is also for citizens like Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu has not done anything wrong. And we have been able to demonstrate before the Court of Appeal, as we did before the lower court, that Nnamdi Kanu never jumped bail. You jump bail when you voluntarily escape from trial and refuse to attend trial. But we all saw that on the 16th of September, 2017, Nnamdi Kanu was with his late father, Ozekhome Kanu, in his ancestral home in Umuahia, Afarauku, Ibeko, Umuahia, Abia State, when the federal government, using the army through Operation Python, invaded the home and killed in cold blood 28 unarmed Nigerians. Nnamdi Kanu managed to escape by providence. No. Are you saying that he should have waited for you to kill him when every evidence pointed to the fact that he was to be eliminated? And when he escaped to Israel, he quickly deposed to an affidavit giving circumstances under which he came. So he never jumped bail. This thing must be clear to the public that Nnamdi Kanu was enjoying his bail from 2015. He never jumped bail for one day until they forced him to flee. So by the grace of God, this is a case where the justice of the matter points in the direction that the remaining 7 counts charge still pending against Nnamdi Kanu before the lower court, Justice Bintanyako, will be struck out by this Court of Appeal. And Nnamdi Kanu, after the long walk, will walk into freedom and will become a free man. And by the way, it is even advisable that he walks into freedom, because as we speak today, I learned the entire Southeast is in a lockdown. Nnamdi Kanu has therefore become a metaphor for the struggle of a people, the Indigo race, who are saying, according to them, under their name of Biafra, give us self-determination. Self-determination is allowed by all international conventions, even by the United Nations Declaration of Human Rights and United Nations conventions, all the various conventions. Self-determination is allowed. And he is saying, let my people go. And he never did that violently. We all saw that IPOB people were always on the street marching, blowing whistle, wearing beret. They never killed anybody until the government itself introduced violence. Today, for example, I learned the Southeast is locked down. Does the federal government still want that? Does the judiciary want that? Let us all have peace and amity, because this country is one and it belongs to all of us. So I believe, by the grace of God, that Nnamdi Kanu will be set free by this Court of Appeal. Thank you. Okay. Don't forget that on that day, 28 unarmed civilians, innocent civilians, were gruesomely murdered. So he escaped. And that's the person you are saying jumped bail. What you jump bail when, instead of coming to court for trial, you voluntarily escape. But when you escape, when you run away from death, that cannot be jumping bail. Nnamdi Kanu would have died. So when he now went to London, where he's also a British citizen, he had another glass, which again was seized from him and broken when he was captured in Kenya, like a common criminal, and forcefully renditioned to Nigeria. So today he has no glasses to use. So the court now has ordered the DSS to ensure that he gets his glasses. Then on the issue of clothes, Ifeanyi here, Ejiofor, and the younger brother of Nnamdi Kanu and others have taken clothes to him 3 times. And they will refuse to take the clothes. It's today we are hearing for the first time that the reason is that one of the clothes had the motif of a lion. That is a lion. We all know this. Ishagu, this Igbo clothes. I have some of them. Some have elephant,
lion, tiger, giraffe, some have cock, some have antelope. So it wasn't meant to intimidate the court or to make any point. So we are hearing today that they won't want that kind of cloth. And the court has made it clear that it is better, instead of wearing a cloth that has that motif, he should wear plain clothes. The design of which is still left to him, it should be plain. It could be black, red, white, green, yellow, sky blue. It doesn't matter. And we also agree to that effect. That from now onwards, the cloth we will give to him will be plain clothes. We didn't know that was the headache of the DSS. According to what the director said, he said it goes against their procedure. And Nnamdi Kanu, like the obedient young man is, he nodded and told the court that I agree. I will do as you have said. So it wasn't really an issue at all. But I think, to me, that was a red herring to escape from the fact that they have continuously breached the orders of this court to allow him to have his clothes. So now I've directed Ifeanyi Ejiofor to provide other clothes for him that do not have the motif of a lion or a tiger. So it could be another designer wear if he has another one, because he has been using one cloth since June last year. That is not good for any human being at all. The repetitiveness alone is itself a problem. When you continue to wear the same cloth, it is not good for his psyche, it's not good for his psychology, it's not good for his mental health, it's not good for his physical health, it's not good for his psychological health, it's not good for his spiritual health. And today, I believe that the Director of Legal Service of DSS, who was in court, will carry out the instructions of my Lord when we bring a different set of clothes to him.
Thank you very much.
I want to just say this finally, that we had a wonderful day, and that the finger of God in Exodus 8:19 is on this matter. I want to emphasize Lamentations 3:37. Who is it that speaketh, and it cometh to pass, if God has not commanded it? I want to again put forward Genesis 18:15, which is replicated in Jeremiah 32:27. Behold, I am the God of all flesh. Is there anything too hard for me? We have handed over this case to God, and God, that same God who parted the Red Sea for the Israelites to pass through and close it against Pharaoh and his Egyptian terrorists, is still alive, healthy, and well on the throne. Thank you very much.
Obodo kenenu Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Amadike. Kani kenebenu Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Amadike. Amadike Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, Amadike.